But they got 3 teams that's, going back to the birthday theme, that's growing up before our eyes.
Okay.
And I just want to know how seriously we should take them. Like, at a certain point, kids, you've been there, and I got kids, it's like that. Kids want to start, they don't quite want to sit at the grown folks table, but they want to be in adult conversation.
Yes.
Like I remember my oldest daughter, she was about 14, 15. She didn't want to hang with the little kids anymore. She wanted to sit in the room and listen to us talk. So I want to know if Orlando coming off that long winning streak, if Minnesota at the top of the West, and if OKC. I want to know if those 3 teams and those young players, if we could welcome them into the adult conversations that the Nuggets, that the Nuggets are leading. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, I would love to say there's a double entendre with Oklahoma City and grown folks table that we cannot quite get into because there's an investigation going on and we just don't know quite what to say there.
Yeah, you're right. That's not what I was referring to. But yes, you're right. Touche.
Yes, I get you. Yeah. Just so people won't think, oh, you not talking about the Josh Giddey thing.
We're acknowledging that this is going on. Yes, exactly.
The way that you talked about Ja Morant and all of that nonsense, right?
Is that what you're getting?
You look, bro. There's a colleague of ours who was catching all types of hell from stupid people, just stupid people, right? Yes, if you're hearing this and you think this is applying to you, I guarantee you, yes, it is applying to you. We're not going to compare Ja Morant to Josh Giddey or what we don't know about Josh Giddey. But to your point, Oklahoma City is a team that I can say very confidently that last year I thought they'd be a top 6 team. This year, I just felt like they had all of the gained experience, plus Chet coming into the league, and Chet has been a million times better than I thought he would be, and I thought he'd be really, really good coming in. And because he is such a plug and play type of player, Michael, like he can shoot from 3, he can finish at the rim, and he can get in the open floor. And to me, that means you don't have to run a lot of stuff for him because those are things that you get in the flow of the game. When you can shoot from 3, that means I don't have to set up plays for it. That means you can play off other guys, drive and kick or whatever. When you get in the open floor, that means young fella run. And when you can finish at the rim, that means you can get it off the glass. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only so much game planning that you have to do to force feed him the ball, which means he's going to grow organically. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if his name wasn't Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and he's averaging 36 and 6, people would say that's MVP numbers. Most people would say that. But because we don't know what to make of today's numbers, we don't know how to contextualize today's numbers, and that's something else I want to get to before we get out of here, that it's hard to historically put it in the proper place to say whether this player should be in MVP discussions. But I think Oklahoma City is the most serious of those 3. I think Orlando is quietly like, and I was talking to someone about this not yesterday on a Friday night. I was talking to a gym about this, and he says, Jamal Mosley, the coach, he said he's done an excellent job because you have so many young players who all want to eat, and no young player sort of stands above anybody else. So there's not an exact pecking order, but nobody's stepping on each other either. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you bring the old school reference. This is like I saw a documentary a couple years ago, right before the pandemic. Showtime did an excellent documentary on Motown Records and they had Berry Gordy and Smokey, and they had all this archive footage and all that. And Barry said something to the effect of, and I'm going to butcher it, but Berry Gordy said basically, there's competition in the building, but you can't forget the love. And he was saying basically everybody was trying to get a hit. Everybody's trying to make a hit. That's why you see certain songs, Last Night in the Pips doing I Heard It Through the Grapevine, and then the Temptations doing I Heard It Through the Grapevine. You know, like there's certain songs that everybody's trying to get a hit off of, right? And then one person gets that hit. It's a hit for the record label. It's a hit for the artist. But you also have to be happy for what's happening in the building. You can't just be like, oh, damn, I didn't get this hit. Somebody else got it. Like sooner or later, it affects, like, lifting boats lifts all tides sort of thing. Right. Rising boats lifts all tides.
Boats, yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna butcher something. So when I bring it, so when I look at Orlando and I look at, you know, the Wagner boys and, you know, Cole Anthony and the kid from Gonzaga. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name.
Suggs.
Yeah, Jalen Suggs, who we were not sure was going to be a really good NBA player. And now he's found his niche on that team, and they've all developed him inside the building. There hasn't been a lot of backbiting. You haven't heard anything crazy. And you look up and boom, they're there. Same with Oklahoma City. Boom, they're there.
Yeah.
And that's the way that you want to have growth in the NBA. That's the way, you know, because there's continuity. Growth. Yeah. You want to have continuity in your building.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to have growth externally so that fans can latch on to a team outside the market and understand and know who you are. There's going to be people who are fans of Oklahoma City without knowing that they're the 30th market in the NBA. They don't care about that stuff. They're just going to, you know what I'm saying? They're just going to be okay with that. In Minnesota, I just have a hard time with Karl Towns being like a serious player, so to speak. But I do like what Minnesota has done because I love the Ant-Man, and Rudy Gobert has come back and taken all those things back to heart.